That was weird.
Oh,
Here's
oh.
our chat. Because it's still from today.
Yeah, that was.
I hope the
just
whole
now.
recording
Yeah.
is still there, yeah. Well, shit. I'm trying to see. Hey, Zach, thanks for coming back. Yeah, my computer just like, I guess, I don't know if it had an update. It didn't say it was updating.
Nothing popped
But,
up
like,
or anything. It just boop.
Something must have happened because it's 2 a.m. hit. And I've been awake at 2 a.m. before. But, like, I guess something was planned and it just rebooted. But, like,
Love those Windows updates.
30 minutes of shit is possibly lost.
Hmm.
And I kind of don't know where to get it
Open from cloud? Would it be in the cloud?
Would it have saved
No,
on
I never
YouTube?
saved on. Well, so...
Well, the fact that the video is saved, that's good.
Yeah, the video is saved. Now, if I go to Audacity, which is installed in this drive... Where is it actually?
Audacity 2?
Oh, fuck, maybe it's not. No, I installed it. Fuck me, bro.
So, your VOD is still on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I can get that too. There's ways of going about this. It just kind of sucks.
It'll be a pain in the ass.
And I'd rather not have to do that. So and plus I saved the first chunk of this when your shit went down.
So it might actually be a good thing that happened.
So oh wait, auto repair. Oh wait, no, I made that. These
I
are from
don't know what
last
that
year.
is.
Yeah, that's when I actually had to repair a file. That was the one that happened with
Polar Express?
Polar Express, yeah.
Ah.
Because I can't. Oh, fuck. Okay, so let me real quick
Well, check and see if that video is, like,
here.
openable.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like, what if it didn't fucking.
Like, what if it's corrupted?
Yeah. Wait, can I see Philly? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Let's not display my. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Let's not dox yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
true. Yeah.
Zach, the green screen matrix scene. Which one are you talking about?
Cool.
Brand new document. Don't need it. RL skill. Hey,
Hey, you're on late.
Shot.
you are on late. Okay. Fuck. RL skill. You came in at quite possibly the worst time ever. Okay. Let's go back to Audacity real quick. Let's go to edit preferences. Usually it would say recover audio. Like it saves, you know? I was actually about to sleep in Discord, alerted me to another stream. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we got kicked off. My computer like shut down. I don't know why.
it decided
Decepticons have infiltrated Arnaldo's.
I know, like literally.
the screen was purple.
Oh yeah, that's my color though. I haven't signed into the cloud, so there's no projects in the cloud anyway.
Ugh.
But somewhere on this goddamn computer, there would be
Audio settings, quality, tracks, libraries.
No, that's different. Let me go into C. I don't know why it would be in C. This equipment. C.
I'm gonna Google the problem.
Audacity. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna finish. We're gonna wrap up soon. I just really want to find my fucking files. Okay, here we go. Let's sort by date, please. Oh. That's from 2022. What the fuck? No, it's from 2024. Oh, it's from July of 24. That's not what I need. July of 24 though. This is where I installed the program. But it's supposed to write in D. Okay. Think. Go to D. I have program files installed to D.
Huh.
Or I guess I don't. I guess it is saved in C. That
There's
that makes a lot of sense.
No backups. Well, if you did,
files.
you'd have to repair it anyway,
no,
right?
see, it's not. No, it should. I think it was actually lost.
Oh.
Okay, no. So the program is installed in C. It's right here under Program Files, Audacity.
Okay.
Problem is. Okay, let's sort by size.
Oh, that's from July
Audacity.
19th.
That's
though.
a thing. It's the last update.
Yeah.
So none of this has saved
None of that
files
is,
in it.
No. Which means it probably saves
Crash
into
reporter?
I don't know what that would help with.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't help us.
Bunch of nonsense. Okay. I think I'm going to accept that it has been lost, and I'm going to get that 30 minutes from the VOD or
the video file that hopefully
maybe is not corrupt.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to take a quick break to go to the bathroom. I'm stressed out. And then we're going to wrap this up. We're going to finish, I promise.
We're gonna finish the plot.
All right. We'll be right back.
I've been rambling.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
This is not it.
There we go.
Transformers. I'm gonna start fresh.
All right.
Motherfucker.
Test. Okay.
Yeah.
Test 1, 2.
Oh, am I on the top?
Maybe I should save. You know what I'm gonna start doing? What if I save first? That way there's already a project. You know
Save
what
to
I
the cloud for free.
I know, but I don't think that would have helped.
For free?
Transformers 2.2. If I save from the get-go,
Maybe.
it might actually do that. You know, like how
Oh,
save files autosave.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Lessons learned. Hopefully. Maybe.
Test. Okay. Cool.
Test. All right.
Test.
I'm so mad. Okay.
It's salvageable.
It's
Just like Optimus's
Oh.
corpse was.
This is.
I'm just gonna throw it around a little bit first.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so sorry. It was an accident, I guess.
Yeah, we don't know how the hell that happened.
I still don't know how to say it, how it happened. Anyway, I don't know what we were talking about, but we can. I don't know if anyone
We're at the end of
remembers.
the movie.
Yeah, but anyway, on the aircraft carrier home, Optimus thanks Sam and declares renewed loyalty to the human race. And something about memories.
Making memories.
Yeah, I don't know why that was important to mention at all. But Linkin Park starts playing as is tradition, and
Hell
credits
yeah.
roll. And there's still some last-minute shots of Sam kissing Michaela and returning to Professor Rainn Wilson's astronomy class.
I
And
don't like that the movie ends with Sam saying okay to the professor as if he's like waiting for Sam's approval to start.
Yeah, that was.
maybe he knows he saved the world. Probably not.
He probably doesn't.
Yeah, that's the movie. I don't like that you cut to credits and you're like, oh, we're gonna do a couple extra scenes in the middle of the credits, and you only do 2.
It
Seems
felt like there was
weird.
supposed to be more.
Yeah,
and-
either you do like 8 or you do none,
right.
Yeah.
because you didn't need either of those scenes. Like, he goes back to school. That's all you get from that. So
Yeah, I guess he's trying to be normal
One where
again.
One he goes back to school, and one you see, was it Megatron going into space or something?
I
that
think
wasn't. I don't remember actually.
I think it was
Because
actually.
I hit credits and turned this off.
I listened to the Linkin Park song.
I actually also turned it off when I hit credits, and then when I rewatched parts of it to take the notes, that's when I noticed that there were more scenes.
Oh, I listened to the Linkin
Yeah.
Park song, and then
I saw,
21 Guns started playing, which was such
I
a
saw-
weird choice.
I saw it directed by Michael Bay. I went, yep, done. Let's get out of here.
What I've done, I think, is better than New Divide.
I
I agree.
Yeah.
don't know their songs that well.
Oh, okay. Also, What I've Done was an actual Linkin Park song. New Divide was written for the movie, so
Oh, really?
there's a difference there too. Yeah.
That's fun. I didn't know that. The one that plays at the end of Dark of the Moon is Iridescent.
I think that's also just a regular Linkin Park song. I'm not 100% sure.
It's kind of tame for them, actually. It's a very like soft song.
Yeah, they have a couple of those. Not too many.
Okay, so that's the movie. Let's get going on some analysis. As usual, we did a lot of it earlier throughout the plot. So if you skipped, I think go back, because I pitched a better version of this movie, in my
You
opinion.
did.
Yeah. It was a good military
Yeah,
flick.
like a
Much
good,
better version.
you do a military movie where the military comes out looking cool and a little less like a commercial,
Yeah.
right? And you don't feel like you're getting a salesman telling you to join the army, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, earlier on you were talking about the writers and how this is a writer's strike movie technically, but like, I'll go ahead and say I don't think the writing, first of all, it's bad, but I don't think it's what ruins the movie for me, because in a lot of ways it's very similar to the first movie. It hits a lot of the same like beats, and I
Mhm.
think if you had just kind of done that but done it well, you would have the same output, right?
Yeah, maybe a little repetitive, but
Sure, yeah. But if the action, I think what really hurts this movie is in the edit and the action scenes. There is a lot of shots that don't serve any purpose, that don't go anywhere, or they ramp up an idea. Like, you got the cars driving, the military's getting ready, and you're like, oh, there's going to be a big action scene that happens, and then that never happens. The actual fighting happens for a second, and then they keep on cutting away, and then they go back, and then it's over.
It's a
Or they
weird
do something
choice.
else, or like Megatron just goes, I'm not going to fight, and he leaves.
it's like the movie's edging you.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's just constant. There's just no reward. There's no climax to any of this, and I think
Good
it's
word for it.
yeah. I think honestly, like, if you had told me there was an editor strike, I'd believe you. You know what I mean? Or like a previs strike or a storyboard strike, and they had to kind of work around that. I don't think it's hurt by the writing more than it usually would have, I guess.
I mean, the writing's
Yeah,
pretty
well,
bad.
The
though.
writing's
Well,
it's
then-
not good. Yeah.
We know the movie's called Transformers. We know you want to see the road. So have you considered seeing the Hot Girl?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
there's a little bit too much of that too.
There's so much screen time wasted in things that like
Don't
don't serve
matter.
the movie.
Yeah.
And that wasn't true the first time around. Like, the first time around, it had some of that, but like, think of you mentioned the guitar scene. It's an excellent sequence
Yes.
Yeah.
in any movie. And there was parts where I was like, yeah, fucking get a military. I was like, you know what I mean?
Go.
Like, let's join the army.
That's America, baby.
Yeah, these colors don't run. Like, I don't know. Like, it was done a lot better. A lot of the action was shot better. A lot of the shots on the Transformers are like, you know, in one of the reasons Jurassic Park is so fucking good, and I think I said this like a year ago, because I don't want to compare these movies to Jurassic Park, but like the way Spielberg frames the dinosaurs inspires awe. Like when you first see what's the name of the long neck one? The
Brachiosaurus?
Brachiosaurus.
When you first see him, it's like the first dinosaur you see, the first dinosaur they see. What does the camera do? It like starts low and it's like, oh shit, like we got to back up. We got to back up because it's not going to fit in frame.
Well, the view that the camera's giving us is like the view that like Alan's giving the dinosaur.
Alan. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Alan.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think about monster movies and Godzilla movies, the ones that are really good, like -1 or 2014 or some of those films, it treats Godzilla the same way. You take it from the human's perspective, so he looks enormous, and he can't move that fast. I know in the newer one he like speed runs, but like, you know, he's towering and it's slow, and you have to, and the camera has to hold on to him for a while, so you get that sense of space.
We get that cool like halo drop sequence in the 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and as they're falling, you see like part of his body.
Yeah, and you only see it because they ignite the flares, and
and you get a sense of his size.
Yeah,
you know, you don't do that with any of this shit. And the Transformers are just like, I don't know, the way it's shot. Like you don't see any of the action, you don't edit it either. It's kind of a waste of time, honestly. But I don't know if you have any story or acting or.
I mean, I
kind of group it together so we can get going.
Not a big fan of any of it.
Spider Nerd, thank you so much for your patience. I know it's late. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah.
And see ya.
Thank you for being the guy in the chair for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach is saying in the chat that the whole point of the Matrix wasn't needed to bring Optimus back because the Allspark. Again, at one point,
all he had to do was use that on Optimus.
But they used it on 5 other MacGuffins, right?
Yeah.
They get Jetfire.
They wanted to go on a long journey instead.
Right. Yeah.
One of the longest side quest ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly, you got any story? Things.
Just pile of garbage. From the writing to the inaccuracies to the inconsistencies, it's the worst one. It's the worst one.
Like, and when you talk about these inaccuracies, it's like, it's one thing to take creative liberties, and I'm all for it. And it's like, yeah, like the book did this, but the movie did that, and they're both fine in different ways. But it's like, to what you're saying is like, you could have picked any other robot to use in this scene because this robot is currently over there as a part of Devastator. You know what I mean?
Spent 17,000 years holding this key, and then you say, oh, by the way, you got to earn it anyway, so.
Yeah.
We killed ourselves for no reason.
That's silly.
I don't, like, you know, it's not, what I'm saying is what you're saying are not like nerdy nitpicks. Like,
right.
It's crazy also when you look at the source material and you go, let's make it worse. Like, let's not, you know what I mean? We could just do this.
This is pretty bad.
What if we did this but like ruined it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what if we just don't do this?
Hey, I mean, we talked about characters where they just like literally just like.
We'll take the name. That's about it.
Yeah. Make it worse. Anyway, acting. Maybe this is the unpopular opinion, but I think everyone does pretty good, honestly.
With what they're given. Yeah.
I think these are all seasoned actors that are being silly because that's what they were told to do, and the dialogue is stupid, and there's a lot of dumb shit that they're doing.
Acting is the least of my issues with this movie.
But even Megan Fox, I think this is like one of her better movies.
Oh, that's something.
That's like, out of her performances, I'm like, I don't know, like I think she could carry the movie. And
minus the needless moans.
The what?
The moans that she does throughout the entire movie.
Oh, sure.
She goes,
You know what scene I really like that she did and we didn't mention, but when she brings out Wheelie and she's like, she's suddenly playing good cop, like sexy good
Yeah.
cop.
Oh yeah.
I'm
And
sorry. I'm sorry
so
that I torched your eye. But if you're a good boy, I'm not gonna torch the other one, okay?
I'm not gonna
torch it.
do it. And she's like so hot, and it works, and it's kind of hilarious. I think she does a good job.
Yeah. And
Also, Megan
It's
Fox
not
drops
good.
an F-bomb in this movie.
she does.
Well, there was a couple times where they had to not say the F word, and I thought, I'm like, they're gonna drop it at some point. They're saving it.
She does. She says like fucking do something or fucking
Yeah,
when
yeah.
When they're trying to when Sam's having his little
Yeah.
cycle trip.
Yeah.
With time number 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
The only reason I caught it was because of subtitles though.
Me too.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that she said Lennox do something, and then I was like, oh, she says it.
Music I think is fine. I actually really like when they bring back the
I-
Transformers theme at
Yeah.
one of the Go Army commercials. That actually made me that actually made me go hell yeah.
No, like these movies have good music.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah.
Who is it? Steve Jablonsky?
I
Is that the composer?
I don't have it written down.
I want to say that's who it is. He does a good job
Yeah.
with like his main like Autobot theme, and then Arrival to Earth is really good. They reuse it quite a bit in this movie, but I'm
yeah.
cool with it because it's a really good piece.
Is that the one I'm talking about?
The like
It's partially Steve Jablonsky and Hans Zimmer.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's probably one of the ones that Hans Zimmer's just like kind of CEOing, you know?
Yeah.
Like other people
Yeah,
are more
you do
doing
your
it.
thing, and I'll just like add a little flair to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll supervise and then put my name on it and get a lot of money.
I think the music in the third one is the best, and then obviously the first one obviously has the great Arrival to Earth sound.
Yeah, that one's so good.
Every time I see that song, I just think Berto would love this.
Hell yeah.
In lieu of costumes, I guess we'll just talk about the Transformers designs.
I hate them all.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like the way anybody looks in this movie,
So,
Transformers wise.
You know the one I like the best was Soundwave, and it's not for any other reason other than he stands still long enough for you to actually look at him.
Well, yeah, because he's kind of just floating in space.
Yeah. But the camera hangs on to him, and you can actually look at his body. And not only that, you get a sense for what parts of his body are what parts of his body. Which, unlike every other character, especially when they're transforming, it happens in such a flash, and it's blurry, and they're like not in frame.
Yeah.
That you're like, what am I looking at? I see yellow, so a bumblebee, but like, what am I looking at? You
Right.
know? But like when they're
in the first one, you get that really cool, in-depth Optimus, like when he first transforms
Right.
scene.
Well,
You
you
don't get that
see
in-
every bit
Yeah.
of him transforming. Here,
And-
it's just like,
yeah.
it's so quick.
Yeah, and you've got that scene in the alley where the camera is just following these fully framed robots, and you get a sense for what their bodies look like. And in this, you don't get that at all, except for like Megatron, kind of like he stands for a while, and we've
Yeah.
got the one Dorito scene with Starscream. Again, he's a Dorito bot.
He's
so
a Dorito bot. Also, every Transformer in this movie, it's like they all got like super thick.
you think they're
I
thicker?
don't know if they were trying
Yeah.
to like give him more armor or something, but it doesn't look good.
Everyone except
Right.
for Sideswipe.
Yeah.
He's still my favorite. Yeah.
Fair. No, that's absolutely
Yeah.
fair. I think he is the best designed one, and then I would say Soundwave would probably be the other one, and then I might go Ironhide for 3.
Yeah, I like Bumblebee, but I think his shtick is hard to follow with the radio, and I think at this point he should have just had a voice, you know.
I think like
He spoke
yeah.
at the end of the first one.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, so what the fuck happened?
Yeah, he never gets fixed. So, like, I just think, you know, it was fun for one movie. Now change it.
Right, like
you know, don't lean on it.
but it's charming, I guess. I don't know.
But what if he still
It is a
did?
thing from the comics that like he can't speak.
Oh,
Like forever though?
No, eventually he always does speak, except for in these movies.
well, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I wish they had just explained why he doesn't speak. Like they just said, like he got injured in battle, but the actual story of like Megatron ripping out his voice box is so much cooler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would just prefer it if he was just like a quiet type and just, you know, preferred using the radio sometimes.
Yeah, maybe
It's
he's
like, yo, B, why don't you talk? It's like, if you spent time around Sam, would you talk?
he's
Yeah,
al- he's
and,
always
and that's his only line.
He's always screaming.
Like, yeah. He's like, I never get a word in edgewise. Okay, perfect. And you don't never hear from him again. I don't know. Yeah, again, just it's all in the edit. I don't think the design. I think the designs aren't great, but like if you just stopped and look at them long enough, then maybe they'd become more coherent in your brain and your viewing experience.
Just let them stand around and talk.
Well, that's
for
the
a
other
second.
thing. They never talk to each other at all. The robots don't get any dialogue.
They don't even have
this.
like battle chatter with each other, really.
No, and that's the thing that obviously adds to their personality, and we don't get that.
Yeah.
The one time they do is at the very, very end where Ratchet tells Bumblebee that he fought really, and you get this like slow pan shot of all, and you're like, oh, that's who's who.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Like
Right in time.
we hear Muds and Mudflap and Skids. They get to talk too much, but it's like, we
Why
wasted
couldn't their
the dialogue
voice
on
boxes
them.
get ripped out?
Yeah. Why are they in the movie? First of all, but like we could have had other Transformers having dialogue.
Yeah.
Think about like in Rise of the Beast. Like I saw that movie a year ago, and I'm not a Transformers fan, and I remember who's who.
Yeah.
And I remember
that
their
movie did
personalities.
a much better job at
I remember Pete Davidson.
differentiating each of them. Yeah.
Like
Mirage was cool. I liked them.
you know what I'm saying? Like because we spent time, they became actual fleshed out characters in the movie, and that's not happening.
No.
It's just Megatron. It's Wheelie. I liked Wheelie. I'll give him that.
If it helps you at all, Skids and Mudflap are not in 3.
Oh, I know we never see him again. Right?
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
they're
probably
killed
got
sometime
they
in
probably got
between
scrapped.
Yeah, it got scrapped. Anyway, we got to move on. We've been talking for a long time. Let's do a quick double keeper cancel. I want to talk about 2 actors in particular. This is the segment of the show where we talk about them and we decide if we're going to keep them or cancel them. It's just a bit of fun, Don't take it too seriously. We're going to talk about John How did we say his name? Turturro.
Totoro?
Totoro. My neighbor
Totoro.
John Turturro. Anyway, he was born in 1957 in Brooklyn.
Okay.
He seems very Brooklyn.
He's got the accent. That's for damn sure.
He was actually raised in Queens, but you get it.
Yeah.
His parents come from Sicily. Also, that comes.
Yep.
New York Italian.
You can get that just looking at him.
Yep, for sure.
Is that like how everyone in Boston is Irish?
Yeah, a little bit, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was raised Catholic. Also, all of this fits.
You know what? I could also see that.
And majored in theater arts at State University of New York, and then later completed a master's in Yale School of Drama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. First film appearance was a non-speaking role in Raging Bull, Martin Scorsese's.
Oh, he was in a Marty movie? Okay.
That's right. Before going off into the theater where he did some off-Broadway work. But let's get into some of his filmography.
Transformers.
Raging Bull, that's the one I said, right?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. A bunch of stuff I don't recognize. Here we go. Do the Right Thing. This is the next big movie.
Oh, okay.
Miller's Crossing. I haven't seen it.
Didn't Do the Right Thing get remade recently?
Did it?
Sounds familiar.
The Spike Lee classic?
Maybe not.
I don't think it did, dude. I think you're making that up.
I didn't say it was a fact.
You look at Miller's Crossing. Men of Respect, Jungle Fever, Barton Fink. So he actually starts working a lot with
No remake, by the way.
No, okay, thank you. He actually starts working a lot with the Coen brothers, Joel and Ethan Coen. He's in several of their films.
Okay.
He is the main character in Barton Fink, which is one of the few Coen movies that I have not seen. But if you know anything about Coen films, he ends up reusing a lot of his actors. He's one of their actors. It's one of those.
They just bring their... Well, I mean, they like working with them, so...
Yeah. So it's his movie with John Turturro and John Goodman, who's in several of their movies as well.
John and John.
Yeah. Sorry, here we go.
Tarantino does that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
As
pretty
does,
common for...
Marty.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's see. Search and Destroy, Clockers, Box of Midnight, The Truce, The Big Lebowski. So that's the next Coen Brothers movie, along with Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, that's a good movie.
He was also in Monkey Bone, Collateral Damage. Now, he also had a lot of more lighthearted appearances, which were kind of the ones that I remember him from, like Mr. Deeds.
Okay.
Oh, right.
You remember? He was the guy, he was the doorman with the...
Sneaky Doorman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the frostbite. He had frostbite toes. He was in Anger Management also.
Is he friends with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, he was in a few of those.
Sounds like it.
Secret Window. I think that's a remake.
Huh.
Oh wait, no. I'm thinking Rear Window. No, Secret Window is the one with
Isn't
Johnny
Rear
Depp.
Window a horror movie?
Secret Window, last I recall, was a pretty good movie, though it says here it has mixed reviews from critics. I would like to rewatch it. I think about that movie every now and then.
Huh.
It's Johnny Depp and John Turturro, and Johnny Depp it's based on a Stephen King novel.
Okay.
And it's about like this, it's like a horror movie, but it's based on like a psychological thriller. Johnny Depp plays like an author, and he goes to this cabin to like write his book.
Oh, okay.
And like I think
Does he have like writer's block or something?
yeah, and he may go a little crazy, and I have fond memories of it, but I'd like to rewatch it.
It's like Stephen King was writing a book about himself.
I think that may have been what happened. Transformers, Agent Seymour Simmons. We know.
Yeah. Sector 7.
You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Did you ever watch that?
I
one?
did not, and I didn't really want to.
Yeah, that's
I did not either.
that is considered to be one of the worst Sandler movies.
Worse than Hubie Halloween?
Well, yeah,
Worse
maybe
than
not.
Ridiculous 6.
Maybe not. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Hey! I didn't know he was in that.
I guess he is. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Ugh.
The Nutcracker in 3D. I kind of remember this movie coming out
I barely remember it.
with Elle Fanning, Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
He plays the Rat King. Cars 2. He is one of. I think he's the French car.
Is he?
He's one of them.
Huh.
He's Francesco Bernoulli.
Cars 2 is the
Or
one
the
where they're like
Italian one.
secret spy agents,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
that one.
He's a Formula One car.
Just fly.
Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Major banger.
Let's see. Exodus: Gods and Kings. Plays Seti the First.
Oh, that's the one where all the white people are in Egypt, right?
Yeah, including him.
Christian Bale.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rio, I Love You. That's one of those segment vignette movies.
Okay.
The Ridiculous Six. That's the one you just
Blech.
mentioned. Transformers: The Last Night. So he's in like all the He's in 4 of them.
He's in 1, 2, 3, and 5.
Wow.
He might be the highlight of 5.
Most recently, he is in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I saw that. He plays the voice of one of the Italians.
Okay.
And the Batman played Carmine Falcone.
Not in The Penguin, though. He got replaced with Mark Strong.
Yeah.
Which,
I still haven't seen that.
honestly, in character, they look close enough to where it's not going to bother me.
I feel like John Turturro looks much older than Mark Strong. They're probably not that far in age, though. They could be 10 years apart.
I think
for all
Mark
I know.
Strong looks more imposing, though.
Yeah, but you know what though, and I don't like that movie, but I thought John Turturro was really good. I thought, yeah, Italian crime boss. You're
that's
really,
him.
dude. You're nailing it. And I remember as a character actor who had done so many lighthearted, funny roles.
Right.
I remember seeing him and being like, oh shit, like you got chops.
Well, is Penguin a sequel or a prequel?
It's a sequel.
No.
Yeah. But he's also done plenty of television, including hosting Saturday Night Live. An episode of Miami Vice back in the day.
Miami Vice, holy shit.
He did a voice in Frasier, but not an appearance. Wonder how that works.
Maybe he was like a radio
Maybe,
guest. Yeah.
Here's what I first know him from is from several episodes of Monk, where he plays Monk's brother. Did you watch that?
Yeah, wasn't he like a jackass?
No, well, I don't remember, but he's the
I know Monk is like he's
the agoraphobe. He doesn't want to leave his house, and Monk has to help because he's worse than Monk.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "How is someone worse than you?" And he's like, "Oh no, like I'm the wild card compared to my brother." Yeah. He's fun. He's in.
I used to watch Monk, and then Psych came out, and I just started watching that instead.
He's in 3 episodes. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever even heard of Monk.
What?
It's a fun, like, procedural type show.
All right, he's in something I thought was something else, but it's called The Plot Against America. It's an HBO series.
Whoa.
And it is I want to say it's an alternate American history of the eyes of the working class Jewish family in Newark as they watch the political rise of Charles Lindbergh, an aviation hero, and xenophobic populist who becomes president and turns the nation towards fascism. So it's what if the U.S. was fascist?
That sounds similar in concept to The Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, I was about to say there's something else just like that. Anyway, main role in Severance, which is still going on, and he did an episode in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the new TV show, which is apparently really good.
That's currently going on, I believe. Yeah.
There's another season coming, I think. Has done a few audiobooks. He did a video game for Cars 2 and plenty of theater, like I said, when he was younger. Honestly, I really like the guy. I looked at his personal life, all that shit. Nothing. Clean slate, man.
Whoa, that's always good to see.
I know. Philly, what do you think?
I think I'm keeping.
I can keep him. I have no strong opinions against him. I'm not a huge fan of his in these movies, but I'm fine with him existing.
Okay, well,
he's allowed to exist.
we don't want to kill him either.
I have no objections to keeping him around.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm a keep. I quite like his movies, and I think in this movie in particular, he carries a lot.
Which is crazy, because I don't think I liked him that much in the first movie.
You're right. He annoyed me in the first movie.
But in this movie, it was nice to see him.
Funny and endearing.
Yeah.
So you never gave yours.
Keep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, keep. I like him.
All right. Next, I do want to talk.
He shines brightest in the third one.
Next, cool. Next, I want to talk about Deep Roy. So you probably don't recognize him. Well, you might recognize him. You might not know who he is, but he was called. I want to say I'm looking by who said this. It was some director called him the hardest working man in Hollywood.
Whoa.
Oh, here we go. Tim Burton called him the hardest working man in showbiz.
Oh, this is when he had him as the Oompa Loompa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
Gurdeep Roy, born in 1957. These guys are about the same age. Professionally known as Deep Roy, is a Kenyan British actor. He's ethnically Indian.
Okay.
Was in movies. He's 4 foot tall, so you know who I'm talking about now. He was it's almost like, why did they put him in this movie other than to just give him some screen time, almost as a reward, for being such a hardworking actor. But let's get into it.
Then Wheelie made a bunch of short jokes about him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it was in good fun when Wheelie sucks though. But I like him too.
Wheelie's a jerk.
he's an asshole. When John Turturro is pointing at him, like, I know you from somewhere, and it's because he's been in like every movie. You just don't know it. He's a stunt guy. Born to Indian parents in a Sikh family, studied in accounting in London before dropping off at 18 and enrolling in the Slim Wood School of Comedy, where he got his start in the entertainment arena in England as a stand-up comic and local cabaret clubs.
Interesting.
I know. He made his film debut in the Pink Panther Strikes Again as the Italian assassin. Another early role. He was a villain in a Doctor Who episode.
Like old Doctor Who, I'm assuming.
Yeah, old Doctor Who. In 79.
Can I stop you?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
My turn for another error.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
My laptop got the blue screen of death.
Oh.
Well, fuck.
Oh, shit.
I'm currently on my phone.
I should be recording this. Well, god damn it. Boy.
Technology is not on our side today.
Is your shit? Is it rebooting?
Yep. I'm going to assume that my second half of the recording was lost.
Well, I'm streaming this, so that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind, man. Honestly.
So close. This is showbiz.
Showbiz, baby. Oh. Automatic crash recovery.
That sounds good. His might have been saved because it was a crash and it wasn't a reboot.
Yeah, you might be right.
You can keep going if you want. I'll just hop in when it works for me.
Hmm.
I'm just thinking. In case we don't get your file back.
On my laptop. Make sure that my audio
What day is it tomorrow? Thursday?
spot.
Wednesday?
What?
What day is it today? Today was
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Why?
Hey, he's back.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Open Audacity and it might still be there, and it might ask if you want to recover,
I have it.
which is what
Yeah, it
usually
didn't
what would
give me
happen.
that option. It looks like it did save it. So I am hitting.
Fuck yes.
Do you want me just to hit record and keep going?
Yeah,
or you
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
Count
just-
me in.
Make sure the file is saved.
Yeah, you can keep. I'll figure it out.
Should I? Oh, so just export it now and then just make a third one.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, thank God that happened.
Yeah, seriously.
Whew. Why couldn't we be so lucky?
It's this movie, man. It's because this movie's so goddamn bad.
I have noticed every time we talk about movies that we really don't like, things tend to go wrong.
Dude, this only happened. We've only really had like a few times where like getting started with Ninja Turtles was rough,
But
until we figured it out,
right,
and then it was smooth sailing.
this
And
one
then,
it was a smooth start, and then
yeah,
things just kept
Is
going
that what-
wrong.
Is that with Fredder?
yeah,
That one took a while for us to start.
Yeah, it was rough. And then
My
like,
last one, we had a bitch of a time getting started too.
That's right.
well, that was the other program, and that's why I was like, fuck it, we're not using that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Because
and
it
didn't even
was
sound
always an
good
issue.
with Philly. It sounded like shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it has exported.
Okay,
Sweet.
cool. Start a new one,
So
and
all right, so you're new one.
start a new one, and I'll count you down. That way I can
Okay.
line them up. Because I didn't stop mine.
You have to do a lot of splicing here.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be rough. Okay, you ready?
I am ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go.
Going.
Okay.
See if we get through this last like
Jesus
10 minutes
Christ,
or so.
I know. So here's where it gets interesting. He played Yoda.
Like the
He-
puppeteer?
He was the body double for
Oh.
Yoda. So in Empire Strikes
I thought
Back,
that was Frank Oz.
Frank Oz is a fully grown man.
Oh.
So
So that might be a little
Yeah.
difficult.
Frank Oz was the puppeteer and the voice of Yoda.
Okay.
But
okay.
Deep Roy, again, who's a little person, he's
Right.
4'4", he actually was the stand-in. So there are a few scenes where Yoda is not a puppet; it's a man in a mask.
Whoa.
And a few shots.
I thought it was always a puppet.
No, and you see it, but there's times where he's just like sitting or standing. There's parts where he's walking. Sometimes it's literally like a guy doing this number and whatever, and sometimes it's Deep Roy in a suit
Okay.
and a mask, and they see you. There's behind the scenes shots of him putting the Yoda mask and everything.
Huh. Okay.
He was uncredited, but can be seen in many behind the scenes photos dressed as Yoda for perspective shots.
Wow.
Towards the end of production. He's actually he was in Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, as an ape. He was in Planet of the Apes with Tim Burton.
The bad one.
As a young gorilla boy, and
Wahlberg
basically the little the Mark Wahlberg one.
Ugh.
Basically all of the small gorillas.
The small like 8 people. Yeah.
Yeah. He worked with Burton in 3 other films: Big Fish. I actually remember him in Big Fish.
Okay.
Corpse Bride, where he supplied the General Bonaparte. I don't remember that guy.
Bones Apart.
Bones Apart. Thank you.
That
His
makes more sense.
voice, and in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where he played all 165 Oompa Loompas.
God.
Damn. That would have been a sick paycheck.
They make that sound like it was like this crazy thing he did, but they just duplicated him, right?
I think he probably did a bunch of different takes and then some duplications,
Okay.
obviously. In reference to workload during production, director Tim Burton called Roy the hardest working man in showbiz.
I believe it.
He had extensive training for the role in dance, yoga, and some minor instrument playing.
Jeez.
Obviously, the little flute.
Dance yoga.
When he performed X-Files, Flash Gordon, Return to Oz. This is all sorry.
Return to Oz is like that creepy sequel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta watch that
It's like
sometime.
40 years later.
Yeah.
It's like one of the longest, I guess, sequels.
It's also like a borderline horror movie.
Is it really?
It's everything about it's creepy.
Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, The Never-Ending Story as Teeny Weeny, the writer of The Racing Snail.
Whoa.
I've never seen Never-Ending Story.
Me neither.
It's
I wasn't an 80s
It's okay.
kid.
Yeah.
People
So
overrated aggressively.
I would see a lot of trailers for Never-Ending Story on like VHSs. You know, in the
Mhm.
beginning there's always
Oh,
trailers. Never watched it though. Alien from LA, Howling 4, and Return of the Jedi as Droopy McCool,
Who's
who
that?
is one of the ones in the Max Rebo band.
Droopy McCool?
Yeah, this ties it all together. We were talking about the Max Rebo
I
band.
think that's my favorite named Star Wars character now.
Droopy McCool.
Droopy McCool.
No, so we were talking about this before we started recording, but yeah, the Max Rebo band made up of originally the 3-piece, and then they added, I think, one more for they added the guy who we were talking about later. Anyway, the song was called Lap T Neck, so that's what he was.
Oh, the song was Lapty Neck.
That's what. Yeah. The original lineup consisted of the blue-skinned Max Rebo, the plump woodwind player Droopy McCool,
Droopy McCool.
and the singer Cy Snoodles.
Big lips on a stick.
Yep.
Yep.
And then there was additional.
Who's the guy that screams?
He was added in special edition.
Oh.
Yeah, so he wasn't there originally. So this is Droopy McCool. This one.
What a name.
Yeah. I fucking love Star Wars and people in it.
They have the most ridiculous
Yes.
names.
But you know what? They're having fun, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen as the Egyptian border guard, and Star Trek in the 2009 one
Oh, who was
as
he? in
Scotty's assistant on the ice planet.
that? Oh shit. He was in like alien makeup.
He also reprised that same role in
Yeah.
Into Darkness and Beyond.
Okay.
In one of his most prominent speaking roles, he played Aaron, a violent Mumbai-born Mexican criminal, in the second season of the HBO comedy Eastbound and Down.
Never seen it.
So his filmography is extensive. Lot of stunt work.
I feel like he's done more than everybody else in this movie.
Yeah, and I think that's
Except for the voice actors.
Except
Yeah.
for the voice. Yeah, they've been doing shit
voice
forever.
actors. And I think
Frank
that
Welker's done 10,000 things.
Yeah.
so that's a super key for me. I think that's awesome. Long,
I'm
That's
gonna.
pretty easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him too. That's.
Long,
I mean, it's
fun
Yoda,
career.
man.
yeah, it's fucking Yoda. That's one of the Yodas. You know?
Yoda?
One of the
That's-
Yodas.
That's Droopy McCool.
He's
my guy.
Droopy
McCool.
McCool.
So
Hell yeah.
Screw Yoda.
it's so funny because like for a lot of these characters, a lot of people go into it, not just like but we don't remember all of them. It's like we remember like Darth Vader. We remember obviously James Earl Jones
Right.
and David Prowse, but there was like two other guys. There was like a swordsman and another guy because he didn't do the stunts either. David Prowse.
Oh,
But, like,
yeah, no.
Who are those guys? You know what I
David
mean?
Prowse, yeah, I don't think he could have done
Yeah,
any of the
There was
stunts.
one
Yeah.
point where they were like, "We don't need David Prowse at all," but I guess I think there was a contract
We
or
already
something.
hired him. So
Like we could literally have the stunt guy do his standing around and walking and pointing
it made more sense to do that.
and just feeding lines at.
Yeah.
Well, David Prowse, because he hated the idea that he didn't voice the actor. He would just make up lines and just ruin it for everyone else. He would just say nonsense on set.
So he was just being like kind of bitter.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah.
And none of the other cast members liked him.
Damn.
So anyway, keep for Deep Roy. You guys said keep. Let's finish this up because this has been a nightmare, you guys. By the way, if you hear differences in quality, it's because we had not one, not two, but three critical errors going on.
You should probably put this at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's not that noticeable. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much. But let's finish this up into the Phantom Zone. Berto, take us home.
Oh, this is going into the Phantom Zone, all right. The only redeemable thing I could say about this movie is some of the actors I enjoy, and Linkin Park.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Everything else I think is
Yeah.
pretty.
I don't even love Linkin Park, but I just feel like it does fit the movie really well, and it just closes it off with a nice bow.
Yeah.
And they go together for whatever reason. Transformers.
For
and
whatever
Linkin
reason,
Park.
it just works. Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, I appreciate you very much.
Yeah.
We're almost done. Philly, give us your final
take
take.
this to the deepest, darkest part of the Phantom Zone. Dig a hole and fucking bury it. This is just, I get about 5 minutes of enjoyment out of this movie.
Yeah, that's not enough to salvage it.
Yeah.
It's like the forest scene and maybe a couple lines and maybe a reference to the original, and I'm out.
Yeah. That's the thing is I think this movie could have had potential, and there's little bits that made me go, oh, if they had done that, it would have been really good. If they had, this line was funny and whatever. But in the process of actually watching the movie, not just playing a clip and then talking about it or whatever, I was talking to you guys, it was so hard to get through. This movie is, it was upsetting. I'm like, it just made me mad. The way it was edited, the way it was shot, just some of all of the humor,
I usually don't do this, but when I was watching the movie, I kept checking to see how much time was left in the movie.
That's bad.
And I was like, oh, there's still 2 hours left?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What?
I remember pausing to take notes and oh my god, I'm only 20 minutes in. I feel like I've been here for an hour.
Oh, it took me forever to get through it. I stopped and, Sable would walk in the room. I'd pause and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Anything else?
Anything else but this?
Sit down, tell me about your day. How's your mom?
Yeah. And we ate dinner and we watched other TV shows, and I'm like, fuck.
I literally stopped and started watching something else.
I gotta get back to Transformers. For fuck's
Oh,
sake.
shit.
I forced myself to do it in one. I was like, if I turn it off, I'm not gonna come back.
Yeah. I watched it with headphones, which I usually don't do, and Sable was like, "Oh, that's really nice." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to put you through this. It's loud. This is gonna ruin our Sunday. Let me
It's
just ruin
loud
it.
and it doesn't
peace,
even
you know?
sound good.
Yeah. Anyway, in the chat we also have some opinions. Zach the Fat Man is saying, yeah, if you trim some of the fat, this movie would have been a lot better. Like I said earlier, I
The
don't
whole
even think
movie is fat.
I don't even think the runtime's the problem. I think that they just spent the time doing the wrong, stupid ass shit.
The whole movie feels like filler.
Yeah. And it has the excuse of being a writer strike movie, but I don't even think the writing's the worst part. I think the fact that they couldn't make it interesting. There are no interesting action sequences. There is one fight that is pretty passable in the forest, and then the rest is just disappointing. It doesn't hold up to the action and the tension in the first movie. This movie has no tension. Sometimes it builds up and then just fizzles, doesn't go anywhere. You get the beginning of action scenes and then the end, and then there's nothing in the middle. And like I said earlier, I made a pitch where you do a Saving Private Optimus, and that's a better movie. And there was a glimpse of that for 2 seconds, and I had to pause and really like look at it and be like, man, what if, what if this movie was fucking good? So, yeah, this is definitely into the Phantom Zone. And like in the grander scheme of things, just fucking watch 3. You're not gonna miss anything.
No.
Like,
everything
Michaela and I
that
broke.
happened was undone by the end of the movie.
Yeah, Michaela and I broke up. Okay, cool. The status quo is still the same. Is all I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't want to watch the next one for at least another year. So. We'll wait for the next Transformers
The only
thing.
thing that carries over is the Matrix, and it's in one scene, and that's it.
Well, there you go.
Oh, okay. So it's
So.
just like, hey, the movie happened.
Yep. So anyway, guys, that is it for us. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to that piano dude for our musical intro. I'm gonna stop real quick. Should we pick their next movie? I don't think we should. I don't.
I have no idea what we're gonna watch.
I have no brain power for that.
3 a.m.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go.
That's the next time thing.
We should do it soon though, because I was thinking I can't really edit on the road, but I can watch movies on the road.
Oh,
So
okay.
I kind of.
Are you gonna watch Transformers 1 though?
Well, no, because I probably won't be able to get to a movie theater.
Ah, shit.
But I watched
Shit,
Beetlejuice instead.
Good.
I plan on watching it.
But at some point, I might be able to, if we pick a movie, then while I'm on the road and hotels
Well,
by
we should
myself,
probably start doing something like kind of spooky.
maybe, yeah. I might be
Yeah.
able to watch it. So anyway, we'll
Okay.
figure that out sometime this time.
Okay.
Please make sure to leave a rating or review or on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get this podcast, and tell a friend, please. And thank you so much if you've told a friend. We have some people in the chat here that our guest Philly, who we're about to thank, brought over. That's him telling a
Yeah.
friend. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. You can support the show on Patreon, where you get bonus content such as outtakes from this very show. We get our news segment where we talk about current events in the world of movie news. So if that's something that interests you, hey, we do that every time we stream. We put it up on the Patreon. It's a video segment. You can see our faces like you would if you were on our stream.
Oh yeah.
And you get our second podcast called Where's Mephisto? Berto, where are we wearing Mephisto?
Where are we wearing Mephisto?
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
not
I
wearing
got.
Mephisto.
That's what I
But-
got right now.
I am.
That's the setup, and I'm throwing it to you.
We most recently looked for Mephisto in The Acolyte.
Yeah.
And the next thing we'll be looking for him in is probably Agatha All Along.
Agatha All Along, which
And he might show up there.
he might legitimately be in there. And you saw 2 episodes?
Yes.
I saw 1, and I'll probably I'll be
New
on
episode tomorrow.
I'll be catching up, so I'll be
Yeah.
there's a new episode tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shit. So
The
I'll
second episode was very good.
So yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be caught up. We'll probably do that in 2 segments, I feel. Just because of the
It's-
rate that we'll be able to get recording and stuff.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's again a second podcast. So if you really enjoy this and you want to be a part of that, we've already done a shit ton of those episodes, and that's on streaming TV basically. If you want to hang out with us for free, come on our Discord server where we're having fun chats all the time, pretty much every day. But if you want to be a part of the show, if you're listening to us on your radio, like the thing that plays your music on the car.
radio.
I know, but today it's like your phone and aux cords and whatever. Anyway, you can join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/filmsfrompz. If you want to yell at us while we're doing the thing, if we say something wrong, you can correct us. You can be our guy in the chair looking stuff up. You can be here along with Zach the Fat Man, Spider Nerd, RL Skill was here. If I skipped someone, there was someone in blue here.
Also
I
all the
guess
people
not.
earlier.
I know, so many people. Oh yeah, on the last fucking stream.
Yeah.
Jade Berry was here. Claystation was here.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Blake was here.
Blake was here.
That stupid idiot was
Arculus was here.
Arculus was here.
If I forgot you, I'm so sorry.
Sabdrab.
Sabdrab was here. Burkinator was here.
Yes.
We had a lot of good friends here today. Thank you guys all for hanging out. Again, being a part of the chat. We talk about you guys all the time. If you want to argue with us, you can find us on Twitter, Films from PZ, TikTok, Films from PZ, Instagram, Films from the Phantom Zone. And our guest has been our number 1 fan, Philly to the J. Philly, thanks for coming.
And it was my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, sorry about all the technical difficulties. In fairness,
You know,
2 of them were your fault. 1 of them was my fault.
You know, you bring the Canadian on, and shenanigans were gonna ensue.
Yeah, I know.
the
Luckily-
internet's hard.
Internet is hard. Luckily, you're a couple time zones behind us. So, you have some content on the internet. What do you do? Where can people find you?
I have a TikTok at Philly to the J. I post like once every 2.5 months of something that I
wow.
find really funny. I have a YouTube Different Dimension game. We talk about Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and I am the biggest Transformers nerd. There's been a shelf behind me the whole podcast. There's like a lot of money's worth of Transformers on there. As much of a pain as this movie was, and as much of a pain as the issues I've had, where I have had so much fun on here.
Yeah.
No, glad to hear it. It was fun.
It's
When everything was working, it was fun.
yeah. And like I don't know, like yeah, it's still seeing the Transformers on screen. Even if it makes you upset, I'm sure there's part of you that's like, yeah, it's still kind of cool.
Part of me enjoys some of it, and most of me hates most
Right.
of it.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
3's a banger though. Next year we're gonna talk about a banger flick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
3 is the one that people generally tend to gravitate towards.
Yeah. I remember enjoying it at the time. So, yeah. So that's it for us, guys. That's it for us, you guys. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.
All
and
right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay. Stop. So, yeah, Philly. Don't forget to stop, export,
Yep.
and then, you don't have to do it tonight. In fact, you really don't. But just at some point, put them in a folder that you can share with me, like Dropbox or something, so I can download them on my end, and I'll figure it all out somehow.
Sure.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a fun project.
I know.
Dropbox or a Drive or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Google Drive, Dropbox.
Yep.
Google Drive, I know how to use. I'll do that.
And thank you guys all again. Please go to sleep.